Yes guys, it is the Pask boys. Now we are coming up to the end of moving season. However, the Pask boys, we are fully booked and loads of inquiries are still coming in. And so today there's a massive big team that's been split right down the middle, very close, but there's a twist.
Today's move is not your usual kind of situation, so you must stay around to find out what that situation is.
For now, you're going to be with myself and the team that I've got, which is Team 1, and we're going to be moving our clients into their new property today.
And you'll spend the other half of the day with me and the lads moving a 5-bedroom house not too far away from the other team that are out working. So you'll have a great insight on how we do things here at Pask Removals on a busy moving season.
Yes guys, we are coming up to the end of moving season. However, Pask Removals remains busy with loads and loads of inquiries. And so even today, we've got a massive job. We've had to split the teams right down the middle. Myself, Bode and Josh, the management team, we've had to really delegate which people are going to where. We've got all vans on 2 jobs today. And there's an interesting fact today. One of the jobs on Team 2, their offload is this load. So it's caused us to have to really look at the drawing board, go back to the drawing board, make sure we've got the right men for the right jobs, enough drivers, enough movers, enough communication. And the great thing is, obviously, the moves are around the corner from one another. Some would see it as quite convenient, but it's also very rare, the type of house move that we've got today. It's extremely rare that you've got 2 jobs going on the same day and one of the offloads is the load of the other property. So myself, I'm part of Team 1. We're moving out of said property into another one, and Bode with his Team 2, their offload is going to be this very house, the one that we are loading right now. So guys, we're at the kind of the first van of this 5-bedroom property. As you can see, there's a lot of different style boxes. So it's a lot of Tetris at the moment, but Yasin's doing a very good job in making sure that everything's getting into the van. We've got Lee, we've got Lucas, and we've got Jamal in the gaff, and they're bringing things out to myself and Yasin as we are loading the van. Early doors, early stages. As I mentioned, it's only the first van. We've got a lot to get through today. So just got to work as a team and we'll be out of here. In this room, as you can see, there is an assortment of different items. Now, because we are on the first van, very important I communicate with Yasin, who's loading the van, as to what he might need. So he needs to tell me what he wants, and it's a good thing for me to tell him what is also available. So we've already got one of these Calyxes into the van already, so we might be able to get another one on. But one big thing that is handy is when you're loading the van, in the first bit of the van, it's always good to get some miscellaneous bits on top of the boxes, because later on, when you come to the end of your job and you've just got a whole load of miscellaneous things, you can't really stack. So like for instance here, you've got a lovely premium cooker here from Home Base or whatever it is. And then you've got lovely piano up here, which I would attempt to play, but it's off at the moment. But stacking things on top of these is very difficult. So what I'll do then, as Yasin's building the boxes, if there's some gaps, like we'll put this in a blanket, fling it at the top. Bits like, you know, odd shaped boxes or toys, all those little bits, we'll try and find a home for them earlier on in the move, so we're not stacking miscellaneous on miscellaneous.
I start with these boxes.
Which one? These ones?
Yeah.
Well mate, I've got some beautiful boxes for you, sir. Are they beautiful? Not more than me?
Yeah.
Hey bro, where's that?
Getting lunch today?
Mate, he's buying me lunch today, boys. That's it. Buy me lunch. As you should do, mate. So we've got a Calyx. This is a Calyx, guys, if you didn't know. If you do not shop at IKEA, then you probably won't know. But this is a Calyx unit. We like these. You can put things inside, put things on top, fantastic. And Yasin over here with the absolutely incredible fashion sense has put down a blanket just on the floor so that we can put the apparatus on top of the blanket and keep the furniture nice and safe. There we go, that'll be handy. Ready? 3, 2, 1, thank you, Bill.
Working hard or hardly working? Oh.
Nature of a business is to grow, to scale, to get bigger. Sometimes, unfortunately, it doesn't happen for everybody. But here at Pask, because of hard work, sleepless nights, great loaders like Yasin, we've been able to go from having one van doing one job, you know, only like a max a 2-bedroom property, to now being able to do 3 jobs, maybe even 4, 5, or even 6 a day. And it's all thanks to hard work, dedication, and most importantly to God. But the hard work, mate, you can see Yasin's working tirelessly. He's working so hard to make sure that our clients are the priority. And so that's what gives us the 5-star reviews. That's what gives us more clients. And in turn, that's what's allowed us to be able to do more jobs on a day. And so thanks, Yasin. It's all thanks to your hard work, mate. Well done. Yeah, all right, get on with it. As you can see, we're looking pretty good. So what we're gonna do now is grab some furniture. Myself and Yasin are gonna browse the house again, have a look for some furniture. And yeah, mate, that's it. So today we are in a property that seems very, very big. It's not uncommon, but here in the area of Streatham, we're dealing with a 5-bedroom house. Now, our clients are still doing some tweaks here and there, still packing their things. Sometimes that can happen, you know, there's busy, everybody's busy, people have got things to do, it can go right down to the wire. But we've got an amazing team. Upstairs, I've got Lucas, I've got Jamal, and I've got Lee upstairs doing an amazing job helping our clients pack the rest of their things, bringing it then down from the top floor, from the first floor, all the way down to the ground floor, into the van where myself and Yasin are almost finished our first van. And as you can see here to my right, we've got our second van almost there. And then just over there, we've got a third van just in case as well. So the Pasky boys, we're always prepared. We've always got the vans and we've always got the men to make your move that much easier. And now I'm gonna clip my fingers and you're gonna be with team 2 with Bode. 3, 2, 1.
Yes, and here you are with team 2. We're just currently in this 5-bedroom property, currently loading their house into their van, and we'll be heading down to where team 1 is and loading them into there. We're currently loading the van. The team was here yesterday packing up the property, and we also part loaded. So this van was part of the part load yesterday. So we're just working our way through, currently on the second van. Shouldn't be here for too much longer. That's team 2. So here we currently have a Calyx. The staircase is actually a bit tight. Luke was here yesterday. He was part of the pack and part load. He attempted to take this down. This is what we come across in jobs where we're having to navigate furniture through tight spaces, trying to find the angles to make sure we can get it out in whole if possible. Well, as you saw, this Calyx can go down, so we have to dismantle that. But as well as that one, there's another one in this room. So that's 2 Calyxes. In here, we have a bed, which needs to be dismantled, along with a wardrobe behind me, which needs to be dismantled. Across over in the next room is a ottoman bed, which will need to be dismantled. And also there, you will see a very large wardrobe, which will also need to be dismantled. And possibly upstairs, there may be 2 desks, which may also have to be dismantled. Quite a few bits to dismantle, but it's not a problem when you've got the Pasky boys on the job. currently at the outhouse of the house that we're in. We're loading the second van. When we get to stages like this, we have to be very peculiar with how we load, because we have to bear in mind that we have some awkward objects which are kind of hard to stack, so we need to make sure we utilize all the space in the vans. So we have to be very strategic with our load.
Well, we're loading up the second van, and as you can see, we're getting a bit creative. There's some awkward pieces that we're trying to stack, but we're using our brains and we're using our Tetris noggin, and we're trying to get as much on as possible. So right now, this isn't gonna stay here, but what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get another single mattress, and then I'm gonna strap it all across to secure it. I'm gonna get the wardrobe pieces up on this table here. Then I'm gonna get this bad boy to seal it all off, and that will create a nice flush wall, and we can begin building from this point forward. So when we strap things securely, what that does is it keeps all the furniture nice and compressed, which prevents moving around and prevents things knocking against each other and potentially breaking or scratching. So we like to keep things nice and as tight as possible. As you can imagine, like a bag that's just nice and sealed, nothing can move around. And that way, when we then take the furniture out, it will be in perfect condition the way we found it and the way we put it in. As you can see, we have a lot of chipboard and wood, and yes, the clue is in the name, chip. What we don't want to do is any of these things to chip or scratch, so it is imperative that we stack these things nice, tight, secure, and we cover it with blankets so that the clients are happy and their wardrobes are just as intact as when we first dismantled it to bring it into the van.
So yes, team 2 again, currently halfway through the job. The boys are just in the van, giving Luke a hand, just arranging some small miscellaneous bits. Randy is cracking on with the dismantling of the beds and the wardrobes. And I'm just currently sieving things out of the property, sending them to the van. Rain's gone, sun's out, mood is better, smile is back. So let's crack on and let's get this load finished.
Welcome back. This is team 1. Might be the best team as well. This is the second van. As you can see, we're getting through it. We're doing very well, picking up the pace, and we've got to make sure we're keeping at this pace because we're trying to interchange with the other team so we can move at the same time and everything can be smooth. Yeah, man. Welcome back though.
As you heard, back to team 1, second van. We're probably about just over halfway of this van as well. We've got another van just in case. We're definitely going to be packing in 3 vans today, as we mentioned before. It is a 5-bedroom house. But we've got a 5-star, 5-man amazing team with us. Yasin has been working tirelessly. That's it, continuously, mate. He doesn't stop. He doesn't stop. I'll have them. I'll have that on my head. That's it, mate. Thank you very much. Vision with a J. That's it. Vision. Look at that. Look at that vision. It's fantastic. That's fantastic, mate. So yeah, we are making good progress actually. We were a little bit slow. Well, I was a little bit slow this morning. I do have to admit, I was very tired. I had a very busy day yesterday. I was very tired this morning, but I picked up my pace. I had a coffee. The boys had a round of coffee, and we're looking good. Can you pass? Yes. Can you give me the what? Yeah, your one. So cameraman Rich has just come back, and he's let us know that the other team have pretty much loaded everything in their van. They did a part load yesterday, so they were, I guess, a van ahead of us. So hence why they finished quite quickly. But they've got a lot of dismantling to do. Us boys were packing as efficiently and as quickly as possible so that they can come over, and because obviously they're moving into this property, we don't want to let the clients that we have on their team, on team 2, be waiting around all day. So we need to keep our tempo up. Obviously we don't want to rush because that's when mistakes can happen, but it's all about efficiency, communication, and just 5-star service.
You got that. JP.
All right, so I'm just going to quickly give Team 2 a call, the captain, Bode, and see how they're getting on. Let's have a look. Oh.
Hello?
Hello, Governor.
You good?
Yeah, mate, not bad. How you getting on? All right?
Yeah, it's on the last kind of bit. Probably got like 45 to an hour left.
45 to an hour?
Just taking legs off chairs. Randy's in like the last of the dismantle.
Well, we're looking all right. I think we're kind of coming up towards near enough the end, but we've got the garden still to do. So that's probably going to be about another hour, hour and a half, I reckon.
Okay.
All right, cool. I'll let you crack on anyway. We're pretty much just about to finish the second van. So yeah, then we should be going from here. Yeah.
All right, cool, bro.
All right, Gov. Later. Cool. So the boys are about an hour off from finishing. We're probably about an hour and a half, I reckon, because we've got the garden to do and a little bit of the garage, not a full garage. So it shouldn't be too much, but hopefully we'll be in sync. But we'll give to the boys some time anyway. If they want to grab a little lunch, they can grab a lunch and stuff, and then probably them having a half an hour lunch, we'll be done by that time. So yeah, that's it, mate. The new owners of their property are asking when they'll be done, so they're on a bit of a tight schedule, but they're just on dismantling now. They're almost finished, and then yeah, we'll be done soon as well.
Alright guys, we're now moving on to the final part of the job, and this bit, in my words, is very cheeky because this is where all the bits and bobs from the garden, there's no real structure. So this is where you have to use your imagination and you have to freestyle so it can make sense on the van. But of course, like I said, there's different sizes of pieces from the garden that they need to bring over, and this is where you just have to literally make it work and make it happen. So we've got things like plants, we've got different sizes of boxes, we've got tools, we've got bikes, we've got chairs, we've got even like things for the kids to play. Like there's so many different bits, so many different sizes of things, and that's why it's interesting. This bit here, like I said before, is where you have to just use your intelligence that you have and actually just make it happen and make it work. And which we will do, because we are the Pask removal guys, you know what I'm saying? Let's get it.
Sweet, third and final van. Garden bits and shed bits now. This is pretty much just a train. It's gonna get a little bit difficult towards the end. Buddy's probably fed up with me, but I need to call him and see where his progress is so that we can have an ETA or a estimated time of when their team's gonna be finished and moving into this property. Yes, Buds, how you guys getting on?
Yep, just finishing off here, just literally closing the back doors and on our way to where you are now.
Sweet, all right, cool. We're literally just finishing up now, so it shouldn't be too long.
All right,
mate, see you soon. Nice one, mate.
All right.
Bye. Sweet, so them boys are finished. As you can see, we've still got a fair bit to do, but they said they're gonna come over, give us a helping hand as well, just so that we can finish off the last bit of the job, and then we can get to our offload as well. Amazing, so as you can see, Team 2, Bode and his crew are not here yet. That's because we've managed to finish this job. They've quickly gone off to get a little bite to eat. We're finished, that's the third van done. 3 vans, 5-bedroom house move. We're gonna go and grab ourselves a little munch as well. I heard there's some nice food around in the area. We love where we're at the moment. So yeah, we're gonna grab a quick bite to eat and then we're gonna head down to our offload address. We've come to the end of our load. We're not gonna be taking you to the offload. That's gonna be the end from us for today. Today was a quite unique and rare job where our other team, Team 2, were loading into this very house. So their offload was our load address. It was a first for us, but it was nothing too difficult for the Pasky boys. So they're gonna be moving their clients into this property while we move away from here over to our next. That's it from us. That's a 5-bedroom house, 3 vans, boys are done, complete, 5-star service, and that's how we like to do it here at Pasks.